Hello, and welcome to another episode of Time of Day, the Transatlantic Wargame Podcast, brought to you by the people at Break for Assault. I'm Lee Panera, calling from somewhere in South England, and as ever, I'm joined by my co-host, Mike from sunny LA. Mike, is it sunny in LA?
I could only describe Los Angeles as being somewhere between the eruption of Mount Vesuvius and the seventh layer of hell at the moment.
Yes. Have the clouds of ash parted yet, or is it still?
More or less, we've gotten, I think, almost all of the major fires finally finished up. Palisades is still burning, but I think all the smaller ones are out, and I think Eaton's at like 90 something percent contained, so almost wrapped up.
All right. It's crazy having like a wildfire in December. It just feels like it's kind of a summer thing. You expect it to be a winter thing as well.
Well, Santa Ana decided that the winds this year were coming for revenge.
Yeah. I think it didn't get anywhere close to you.
Oh, kind of.
I was getting okay.
I was one step away from getting evacuation warnings. Like the way the system out here works is there's evacuation orders, below that evacuation warning, and then below that you get assigned a zone to be ready to receive warnings and
Mhm.
evacuation orders. And I received my zone,
Oh wow.
so relatively safe, but I was sweating it for a couple days.
I can imagine the way those things can move very quickly as well. It's kind of scary stuff.
Yes.
Just get the wind the wrong way, and all of a sudden it
Hmm.
goes very badly very quickly. But hey, I'm glad you survived and managed to
I
get through
lived.
unscathed. No loss to the war, any war gaming content, so it's all good. So yes, we are recording this now. We have got the PDF for the new Israeli book, but the embargo is still a few days away. So we're just going to do a bit of admin stuff and get out of the way before we start doing any more
Next month will be the IOF.
iOS. But yes, so yeah, Mike, what are we covering today in the meantime?
So, we're going to be uh checking in with Pete's end of year video from December.
Hmm.
We're going to be talking about New Year, New Army, something that's
Yes.
moving across all the heads of the Hydra of the Breakthrough Assault community on the podcast, on the blog, and now on Time of Day. And then Battlefront has released a new website.
They have.
So we're gonna determine if it's actually usable or not, because we are obviously web designers and professionals. Us, the little wargame talkie men.
I know a little bit of HTML. I did my own GeoCities back in the day, like everyone did in the sort of late 90s.
Yes, I too turned my MySpace page into a nightmare of odd backgrounds, auto-playing music, and GIFs.
I see. It's just that generational gap. I'm old enough. I'm GeoCities rather than MySpace. Web rings, all that kind of stuff. The
Uh,
dark, dark days of the early web. Um, Before everything became an algorithm and it all went horribly wrong. So yeah, we're gonna kick off with New Year, New Army then.
okay, let's go with New Year, New Army. So, for those not aware, uh, Lee, Eddie, and Duncan on the podcast have bought army boxes. They're starting brand new armies for the year. They're going to be talking about them. Lee, do you want to just briefly give our viewers? We're not going to talk about Eddie or Duncan, but just
Yeah,
just a little taster of what
yeah.
they can hear on Shoot and Scoot.
So
You talk about.
this is mostly Eddie's fault because he felt guilty about using the podcast money to buy a new laptop, even though it's massively improved our editing times. So it's actually nothing to be guilty of at all. He said, "Why don't you guys get yourselves the new one of the new box sets? Because there was an eBay store had them on like 65 quid, which was ridiculously good value. So I got the 26 Panzer. If I'm doing was 36 Panzer, not Panzer, Volksgrenadier, sorry. And the CSTB is ready to go to my head. And Duncan has got the 101st paratroops. But he's doing them as
Mhm.
82nd because he can't stand 101st for various reasons.
He just wants those armored jeeps more than anything.
The armor jeeps are a big selling point. And then Eddie being Eddie bought both of them because that's Eddie. Um,
So have you decided if you're going with regular or the veteran Volksgrenadiers?
regular.
Okay.
I'm going regular. I mean, there's a case being made at 36 could probably be a veteran unit. They were the 36th Infantry Division.
Mm.
They got badly messed up on the Eastern Front, but that's a redundant statement because everyone gets messed up on the Eastern Front. Get rebuilt as a Volksgrenadier Division, considered a fairly good one, and it runs. They get used Operation Norwind attached to this one of the SS corps, basically to attack into the north of the perimeter and run head on into 100th Infantry Division and come to a dead stop. Just basically ends up being a massive attritional battle between those two. Um, so yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So basically doing Northwind rather than Bulge because it gives me an excuse to paint winter camo on the tanks because the Northwind tanks were generally whitewashed where the Bulge tanks generally weren't.
Ah.
So that's one of those things. But yeah, everyone's wearing the sort of the snow suits and great coats, so it all looks very frosty. So yeah, so right now I've got so far got the heavy machine guns done, the heavy mortars done. And I'm now, because I'm a mad like that, doing all three infantry platoons at the same time. I got one big
Ah.
desk full of infantry on like tongue
Good.
depressors.
Look on the bright side. You won't have to worry about matching your paints in 3 months.
Well, exactly so. So I mean, what I've also done is I tried putting all the same sculpts on the same tongue depressor. So I know
Mm.
basically I can go through it. It makes it simpler. If they're all wearing great coats, it's easy to do. If they're
Right,
wearing
right.
their reversible snowsuits, I know, all right, I haven't got them. I'm like an idiot done all three of them in like fully white. I can have a mix and they'll give a bit of variety over the platoons and stuff. So yeah, I imagine it's going slowly. I managed to get like all the colors blocked out on the actual infantry. I'm just now working the way through doing the highlights and that. But yeah, that's
Okay.
me. And like I say, we have covered it on the podcast. So really, this is more about you, Mike, because obviously we haven't.
Yes. Also, just very quickly to shout out Martin on the actual website, breakthroughassault.co.uk,
Mhm.
who's doing mid-war British,
He is, yep.
starting with our patented Death or Glory Armored Squadron.
He has. He's gone for the Crusaders. Lots and lots of
Lots and
Crusaders.
lots of Crusaders. So if you're interested in mid-war or the desert, make sure to read Martin's article that he
Hmm.
posted earlier this month, and I'm sure he'll keep updating that.
Yeah.
But me, of course, I like to think that we're a little heavier into Team Yankee than
Yeah.
Flames.
We're not exclusively Team Yankee, but we do tend
Not
to cover it
exclusively
more.
Team Yankees. We play both, of course, but I
Mhm.
feel like we talk more about Team Yankee than anything else on this show.
Yeah.
And also, I have a hole in my. People who've been following the show for a little bit know that I have a Soviet army and I have an East German army. I decided I finally needed a NATO force to con other people into playing games with me. So I have chosen to go with the Anzacs. So let me just.
So not even a NATO force.
No, a Ceto force.
You do, yes.
Even cooler. So here's my plan is I'm gonna be running a Leopard 1 armored squadron,
Hmm.
running 10 Leopard 1s for that fast light armor, decent guns.
Yeah.
Really should, put down all the IFVs you find in. I've got a beautiful trio of M1A1s to give me my actual punch going around.
Especially post dynamic, even
Oh,
better dynamic
yes,
points.
these are using the 2025 dynamic points,
Mhm.
obviously. So three very good M1A1s for 26 points is real spicy. Mech platoon, two lab troops. Yes, yes. I was originally debating between the armored squadron and the lab company. And honestly, what it came down to is it's really hard finding labs. So I decided it would be easier of just mostly using Leopard ones and then adding a couple boxes of labs instead of needing 3 or 4 boxes of labs and then not much else.
I mean, for those of us on the Discord will know that Mike has been ranting about not being able to find labs anywhere in the sort of like the Western Seaboard or even the entire America. At one point, I
Yeah,
think I was
to
just
get these 2 boxes, I had to order from 2 different places because I
Mhm.
found a couple spots that had a single box left. So
I mean, the nice thing is you can always go back at a later date and flesh out with more lavs
Yes,
and throw in other stuff like Milans and the mortars in.
this is my original hundo points here, and
Hmm.
obviously I can change stuff up and go there. Some RBS 70 SAM section in 113s because I need some kind of anti-air,
Yeah.
and my choices are not particularly great. What is it? It's literally just the SAMs and I think the tracked rapiers. Yeah,
Yeah. The Trump Rakers are good, but with the points hike, they
I'm sorry
are
for
12
uh
points. Yeah.
12 points. That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
happening.
Basically, you'd have to drop a lav troop to get them. And
No,
yeah.
I'd have to drop a leopard troop.
No, what I mean is, sorry, because the RBS
Oh
70s
yes,
as
yeah.
rapiers, but yeah.
You're right, sure.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Uh, some 109s because I have 109s,
Hmm.
and also 2+ firepower compared to the Abbott's 4+.
Yeah, no, I
And
used
then
Abbott's because I had Abbott's, but you're right. The M19 is a much better choice for that.
yeah, I have M109s
Hmm.
already. Uh, the I picked up the older American armored cav box at like a stupid discount at a shop. So I had these Abrams, I had the 109s.
Hmm.
And then to wrap it up, 4 Harriers, because of course Harriers.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, what is it? So it's 8 points, 10 points. Sorry, yeah,
Like
10 points
I
for
could
four.
save, yeah, 10 points for 4. I mean, I could have saved some points by getting some Skyhawks, but
I mean,
for 4 points, I'd rather have the better gun and also showing up more often.
yeah, the Skyhawk's a pretty nice aircraft package. That mix of the Mark 80s and the CRV7s, but with having a jump jet rather than 3+ with BL755s. And the Agent is
Yeah,
still more than good enough for ripping apart SAM systems and light vehicles.
yeah.
As Mike has repeatedly taught me with his damn A6 intruders standing in for Harriers. And the
But
worst
again,
thing I ever
I'm
did, worst thing I ever did was telling Mike that the A6 was clear to have a gun pod. I just never should have mentioned that.
uh,
My downfall.
but yeah, like again, I'm just like, damn. Jump jets is the coolest rule in Team Yankee because it's like let's just fudge the math ever so slightly on aircraft, and it makes them incredibly more useful. Because I think at a 3-up to come in instead of a 4-up, you can actually kind of expect it to happen at least most of the game.
Yeah.
Unlike in Flames of War, where you bring in some Sturmovix and you staple the make your own luck card to guarantee that turn you desperately need them.
Yeah. Unless you're Duncan, in which case you just tap anyway, because apparently Duncan is the airplane whisperer. Because
Yeah.
I think they're like cats. So no, they know Duncan doesn't like planes, so it's not every turn for him, just to show it. So how
Right.
far have you
So
got with this so far?
I'm still building all this stuff,
Okay.
and I had the idea of having it all built by the end of this month, but unfortunately, my beautiful city burning to the ground has interfered with that because work has become more demanding because of it. But I've finished building all the leopards. I've built the Abrams. I've built the Lavs. I've built the 109s. I'm starting to get to work on the 113s. I've had a single 113 built because obviously I need 4 for my mech platoon and 4 for my SAM site.
Mhm.
Uh, I've purchased everything, so I physically have everything.
Right.
I just need to actually get to putting it all together. And obviously, even if I had it all put together with the weather as it is, there's no way I'm priming it.
No. Like I say, in the UK, we have like literally a 2 week window to get all your priming done before it's either too hot and humid or too cold and damp.
Right. So for right now, I've got I've got most of it built. I just need to build the 113s and the Harriers, and that should be everything. And then obviously I need to, get the infantry out, get the tongue depressors, and I'm gonna give this a real go. I'm not looking forward to painting the
Hmm.
vehicles because I'm gonna actually have to do a camouflage for once instead of being like they're just kind of green. What is Soviet green?
Yeah.
Edit in the picture of the tank yard where every tank is a different shade of green. I
Hmm.
mean,
I mean, on the bright side, at least the Aussie one wasn't a template based job. It was one the crews did themselves, so you don't have to worry about getting everything exactly the same.
Sure, but also I don't have an airbrush, so the article that you lovingly wrote explaining how to do Ozcam is useless to me.
Yeah, I suppose because yeah, I mean yeah, it's a hard edge camo, so at least it's again easier to do by brush. But
Yeah, so we'll see how badly that all comes out.
mhm,
But I am kind of excited to be working on it. I mean, never done a NATO, and I
ish.
still technically haven't done a NATO. I'm doing a CETO,
Yeah,
but I think I've got a pretty good base here. Uh, I'm hoping at some point they release the boxers, so I don't have to build any more of these horrific metal turret 113s. Because let
they're
me
not
tell you
that
guys,
bad.
they kind of are.
And the
I'm sorry, Lee.
plastic
Have
bit's
you?
fine.
The plastic bit is fine. I'm talking about the metal
I mean,
bit that you just plump on top. Like it's not hard, but like getting the gun into the turret ring is not easy. There's a lot
but
of shaving and fiddling with that.
it just feels like an interference fit. Yes, I must admit, I did a bit of pressing down to try and get it on.
You cannot tell me that those T50 turrets are up to the quality of Battlefront's plastic kits here. They are
No,
not.
and they're quite an old metal casting. I mean, they've been around since, like, say, version 3,
Yeah,
Vietnam.
and the RBS 70s also not particularly great because
Mhm.
you have to glue the missile onto the dude sitting in the chair, and it just doesn't sit right. So they're all at weird angles and whatnot. It's
I was very disappointed, yeah, about how the missile fit goes on, especially as it's not particularly great area for holding.
identifying what the missile is in the just blister full of. Hold on a second. I have an unopened blister still. Put it up to the camera here.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we saw it briefly.
Yeah. Like this is it.
Worst thing is, you get all those sand skirts that weren't even fitted to Australian M113s. They're there for the Kiwis, basically. It's
And
pretty bizarre because they're very little different to the plastic ones you get in the kit anyway. So I'm not sure what they're really doing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked at those and I went, I'm just gonna stick the plastic skirts on and call it a day. Or did I skip the plastic skirts? Did I skip? I think I skipped the side skirts
Skirts, 'cause I
altogether.
think Aussies very rarely put them on there, basically.
Yeah, I think I skipped the
Yeah.
skirts altogether.
You
So
get that little bit of stowage, which is like literally the air conditioning box that goes on the main hatch. I mean, like this, like two ammo crates basically. It
yeah.
works. Yeah.
So we'll see how much of that stuff I actually decide to glue on because again, metal onto plastic, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks. We'll cover it, like I say, do a
Yes.
quick little recap at the start of each episode, see how you're doing with it.
If we record the next one, how fast I think we're going to be recording it with the embargo and whatnot, I don't think I'm going to have much progress made.
Well, you can at least might have everything built by then. Have a little picture.
Oh,
I could put a little picture of everything laid out, ready to go, ready for painting.
mhm. I did also buy a battle foam case to stick it all in, so at least the stuff I have built is already nicely put away.
Hmm.
I did also order a single FV432 to act as my observer if I ever decide I need an observer. If the dynamic points come out and something drops a point, if I save a point somewhere, I can
Yeah.
put an observer in for those 109s.
I would just use another M113, just hope no one noticed. It's like one
It's
box of tracks versus
fine.
another box of tracks. It's
It's it's fine.
Mhm,
I found a good deal on a single one, so I was already ordering something else there, and I'm like, why not?
mhm. What do you get? Like an old tanks modern war 432 Swingfire blister or something? Was it actually a
No, no.
no, it's just a someone selling sprues. Yeah.
It's one of those that comes out of a magic box.
Hmm. Magic
Anyway,
box. Yes.
uh,
For you to go Burke.
Lee, please, I'm still holding on to the dream that at some point we can we can get Pete on here to be like, so it's Boer Wars coming out.
Wars.
Where's my Southeast Asia Team Yankee book? Where's North and South Korea and China?
Yeah,
Give please. Where's Japan?
Japan. Yeah.
Oh,
Where's my Luxembourg book?
I think they're included in the Belgians, aren't they? Or am I mixing
Or
Warno
Dutch.
in?
They fit. I can't remember what they've. Yeah, you're right. I try to remember. They fall under someone's core. I want to say it's
They're
Belgium. I think
they're
you're right. I think it's Belgium. They fall under.
it's either the Belgians or the Dutch. Hold on, I'm taking a very quick peek.
Yeah, well, you get some more Warno in. I'm
I
being drawing
can't
out of it.
I can't. It's none of these scream Luxembourg. Uh,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they are part. They were part of the Belgian contingent. But they had like a brigade or something like that at the best.
so something like that. Uh, until
Anyway,
Battlefront decides to release the multi-nation airborne battalion
yes.
somehow. Uh, I don't think we're gonna see the Luxembourgers too hard.
I'm just waiting for this, to basically combine the Hellfires from the plastic patchy kit with the pickups from the militia to get that really cool ground Hellfire launcher system there, but they cropped up in there. So
Uh, all right, so shall we talk about the Christmas video and our
we
predictions,
should,
more or
yes.
less? So I went back and I wrote down some of the things that we talked about in the episode where we gave our, well, it started off as predictions, and it just kind of turned into us talking about like what cool things we could do in Team Yankee, like, where would China fit in,
Hmm.
Southeast Asia, all that other kinds of stuff, the Balkans. Give me Bulgaria Battlefront, I demand them now.
Yeah, there's a whole
Give me
Southern
the
Front.
Prussia of the Balkans.
I mean, spoilers, there is a mention of one of the Southern Front nations in the new book. And it goes, is this a tantalizing hint they might actually start doing the Southern Front? May
Battlefront's never gonna give me what I want.
not. Unless what you want is Clash of Steel 1960s version, in which
No,
case,
what I want is them to re-release the VDV box so I can finally get it. Now that I have my labs, I'm going back to my old gripe of where's my goddamn VDV box re-release Battlefront. I was told this was happening. I understand I'm not going to get the Whack Donald side in it anymore, the Cuban teams, but please put
if
that box back together. That box is expensive otherwise.
they just got last year's promise to get a new website up. Give them time, man. Give them time.
But Red Dawn was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Uh, speaking of 2 years ago's promises today,
Hmm.
uh, no, we're not transitioning the website. We're doing the video. Sorry. So yeah, we talked about early war. We were concerned about with Pacific being pushed back that early war would also subsequently get squeezed. Uh, I can't remember if it was you or I, but one of us said like early war, maybe quarter 4 of 2025 with at the last minute. And we were kind of correct
Hmm.
with the not starting with the beginning of the war, weirdly enough, with the Anschluss of Austria, but they're starting early war off with the invasion of France.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's coming out this year.
And they also showed for rest what the other two books will be. So I have Barbarossa, but it says Barbarossa, but it does cover from 1939. So it's obviously going to include I'm hoping that means it's going to include Finns in the Winter War and also doing
Hold
Polish.
on a sec. Yes, let's see here. So in 2025, we're getting Blitzkrieg invasion of France 1940. Actually, let me
Mhm.
just.
A-13 cruiser tanks, little thickers like tanks.
So 2025, we're getting Blitzkrieg invasion of France 1940. 2026, we're getting Barbarossa force on the Eastern Front 1939 to 1941. So this is implying the invasion of Poland is also covered in this.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd just be 1941 and just do Barbarossa. Yeah.
Right. And then also after that, Battle Axe North Africa 4041. So
Lots of Stuart light tanks.
mhm. uh, I for one am excited to get a bunch of garbage ass Panzer 38s.
There's nothing garbage about
Look,
Panzer
look,
38,
look, look at
especially
this
not in
thing. I love it.
1940.
No, in 1939, 1940, this is a quality. This is better than any tank Germany's actually building themselves.
Yeah.
It has a
Yeah.
cannon on it.
We'll get into 1944 and these things are still knocking around, I guess, a little bit.
The Hetzer is a perfectly adequate.
I was talking more about the ones that still knocking around as a recce tanks they're being used as, but yeah.
I mean, how much worse is it than a Puma? Really?
Better in lots of ways. Better armor for sure.
And better off-road mobility. So
Yep.
like, when they're out there using half tracks as reconnaissance vehicles and the weird 6 and 8 wheeled stuff, like a Panzer 38 is still a pretty adequate. It became the Scorpion of its day, if you will.
Yeah. So nice little. Like I say, no a new plastic kit. They just preview some of the new plastics with their
They preview something, but they also didn't preview the 38, which is weird because it's on the cover.
which also made me laugh because someone was on the Facebook saying, "Oh, does this mean it's giving no 38T?" We goes,
No,
dude,
that was me
dude,
on the Discord because
oh, is it?
that was me on the Discord. I might have been drinking that night. Because I'm like, because I was rewatching this, getting ready for this show before the fires. This
Yeah,
should give you guys a clue of how we've been a little delayed from this making this episode. But I was like, because they show off a bunch of sprues here.
Suma, the Hotchkiss.
Yeah. So the Hotchkisses, these are the French ones. Hold on.
More French. I mean, Mike's very happy at this point
Oh,
because look,
oh.
Panzer ones. I mean, it's look. I mean,
Panzer
they got
ones and the weird command version.
yeah. It's. I mean, they're doing the plastics right, which is what we hope for, and they're doing a lot more
Yeah.
plastics than I was expecting.
Yeah, Panzer
Panzer
2s,
two.
obviously,
Mhm.
we already have a Panzer 2 kit. Instead of being 3 in a box, they're coming 5 in a box now.
Yeah, but only with one
So,
suspension. So I guess they're not doing all the weird and wonderful variants of it. Some
sure.
early war plastic German infantry and heavy weapons.
Yeah. So, there's a lot. You know, all the guns you can shake a stick at, infantry guns, anti-tank guns, you know,
Yeah, I mean, most of these
the
going to be
AA.
are basically just new crew for existing guns. I think. The only
I
thing we
think they
haven't.
already make. Oh, hold on a sec. What about?
I
No.
don't think the infantry guns got a plastic kit for it. I think that was
Yeah.
a metal kit. The
Yeah,
Pack
because this is a
36 is on one that is
because that's a Pack 38. That's the
that's
Pack 36.
correct. I think that's
Yeah.
on a sprue with some other bits and pieces, if I'm correct. I think no, the 570 is on the same sprue as the Neverwerfer, isn't it? And the Pack 36 are probably on the same sprue. They'll probably do the German and the Russian 47 because it's basically the same gun.
Yeah.
The 105, I don't think there's anything massively different at the 105
I
because
think the carriage is different on the 105.
that might
Those
be the early
wheels don't
version.
look correct to me.
Right, so that
And
might
I
be
have no idea where my 105s are,
yeah,
obviously.
that could be new. Yeah, because like I say, there
Yeah.
was an earlier carriage, and the 88 will be new, the
The
same.
88 is the exact same 88, yeah.
But by looks
So,
of it, we are the crew do look different, which I'm hoping means we're going to see, like say, some hard plastic crew sprues to replace all the soft plastic stuff.
yeah. And also they only showed off British infantry. They didn't show off any of the British vehicles.
Not yet, no. I mean,
Not
so
yet.
there should. I mean, if you go off what should be in for Barbarossa, there'll be the A9, A10, which are probably the same plastic kits. They're very similar. The A13 with the early and late turrets will probably be another plastic sprue. And then you'll have Matilda 1s, Matilda 2s. Now, Matilda
Ooh,
2,
mysterious Matildas.
yeah, Matilda
Yes.
2, I can see being a plastic kit. Matilda 1, I'd be curious. But if they're doing Panzer ones, then Matilda 1s could be a plastic kit. It's no less odd. And then you got all obviously the armored cars are you have the Humber armored cars. Actually, no, it's not the Humbers, but you have the Morris armored cars knocking around.
hmm And obviously, who could forget early war Evies? I hate this name. I hate this name so much. I, I cannot explain how much the forced alliteration of Evies is that I detest. I detest it so much. And looking at this, I can't tell.
Haven't made the
Are
tog
these?
longer. It feels like the tog's got longer since I last saw it.
Well, this is the Tog one, not the Tog two.
Yeah,
Bless my heart. The
it's not the
Char
same.
2C I've never even heard of. What is this? What is this monstrosity on top?
Right, so you see what I love about if you see the cupola, how it looks like it's been made from like two Lego bits.
Yes.
So that cupola is very interesting because it spins. Okay, the cupola spins. The idea being, you look through the grill, but another, it's like two grills moving up opposite each other. So it's almost like animation. You're looking through the grill,
My
but the
fucking
idea
God.
was it'd be statistically very unlikely for a bullet to go through the gap as these two grills are moving, but the commander can still see out with very little
Okay.
interruption.
Speaking of
There's a
grills,
video of
let's
it in
check out the
action. It's
side.
absolutely bonkers.
Check out the side here, where
Yeah,
I
one
think
must
it's just
shoots.
chicken wire for the crew to see out of. Right here on the side of the chart you see.
I mean, I think that's just mud shoots. The mud comes out like on the Matilda. But yeah, just look almost like they got.
No. Mud shoots. Hold on. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, yeah. I look at it.
Like right here.
I get what you're saying. It looks like it's like a chicken grill inside it, but
It
those should
looks like
be.
chicken wire. Yeah.
Yeah, those should be mud shoots. The mud comes out when but yeah, I mean it's interesting
I,
thing the chart you see. I think they actually built a couple of them, if I remember rightly.
hideous.
Well, the talk's just to
Also,
disappoint.
I can't tell if this is like, is this a plastic and metal? Because like the coloring is so weird on this. I cannot understand.
It looks like a free up or something for making the plastic kit, but plastics are hand sculpted, so they must be the master for doing, I imagine, a resin metal kit.
Maybe I would again, considering how a lot of the late war Leviathans, the mid war monsters have been metal resin monstrosities. I would assume that these would also follow suit.
Yeah, but interesting to see. But like I say, I knew they would resist doing some sort of like late Wall of Fireflies equivalent. So we'll probably
Yeah.
get all the weird and wonderful Soviet heavy tanks as well when we get to that period.
Yeah, so we'll see.
But yeah, I mean, early war should be good.
Mm-hmm.
Might actually finally get around
Let's just
painting my
take a look
version
here.
3 early war force.
Right. So once again, the second year in a row, I was like, this is the year we get the Foan re-release in Oil Wars 2. No, no, actually no. Only Israel.
Only got one bit of it, yes.
Only one part of that book. Only Israel. Uh, I'm not gonna bother going over the stuff in the video because next episode we'll be doing a deep dive on all that stuff.
Mhm.
So obviously
He
anything
says through
for
gritted
Team Yankee
teeth.
and anything not Israel for Team Yankee, no. Checkpoint Charlie not mentioned at all. Little Team Yankee tree, we were hoping for like a little like Red Dawn or something like little out of left field, little fun. No, we don't deserve treats.
I'm still hoping there might be a surprise or something. So things I am latching onto, out of some sort of misplaced optimism in the year that's badly lacking it so far.
Yeah.
Um, Last year, when the Americans and Soviet infantry got released, Pete said, "Oh, we also looked at plastic British and plastic West Germans." So I'm hoping, they might be a mid-year soft Team Yankee release. Put those out as a
Mm.
plastic thing, just to give us Team Yankee players something. Nearest when we get to Checkpoint Charlie is the 1960 version of Clash of Steel, which is going to have chieftains and conquerors and leopard wands. But I must admit, when I saw that picture, the leopard one next to the bloody E100 Panzerjäger, it's just like, that's a why is this? Why would we go to war in 1960 with 1940s paper tiger? Well, I got a leopard right here with 105 millimeter main gun that probably does the job just as well. It's just like, but I like the idea of Chieftain being as some sort of super tank for the period. But you know what? I would have preferred all of this if it was Checkpoint Charlie. But
Yes.
bit like Late War Leviathans put in all the stuff and it was almost a 1950s book I didn't know I wanted. I'm hoping there might be this is a prelude to a Checkpoint Charlie next year. He says, having said it's good Checkpoint Charlie next year for like the last 5 years.
Checkpoint Charlie is my Oil War 2. Like it's just like we just keep sitting here going like it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen.
I
Uh,
could give you so much money if you release this. Whereas I'm not going to do anything for Checkpoint for Clash of Steel. Maybe I mean I might play around with it because they likes it and I've already got most of the bits for it. But it's just like I just want some British 1960s British infantry running around with oversized Vickers missile systems and stuff.
yeah. So we can hope. Uh,
Hope's in short
I
supply.
am. Hope is in short supply. But what else? Okay,
Got
actually, hold on, I'm gonna
Pacific.
share my screen one more time. Well,
Yeah,
there's before we get into Pacific, I just want to point out Bagration is getting its compilation book.
it is. Yes.
And here's the picture of the Soviet uh, force org here. And there's one of these tank formations that's just blurred on out. Now, a lot of people on the Discord have talked about this, and you and I have briefly mentioned this,
Hmm.
but I think the consensus we've come to is this is going to be a Soviet Matilda II formation.
Only thing I think that makes sense for how big the tank, or not how big it is, but how compact the tank is, and
Through the blurring, to be fair, so we might be wrong, but whatever you guys think this mysterious blurred formation in Bagration is, put it in the comments down below. I don't think they announced any army deals, but I would not be surprised if
but how
I
well,
would not be surprised.
yeah, but how well the other armies, the sort of what suddenly feels like the Bulge and D-Day deals have done. I like to think they're gonna bring back some stuff like the spare
Yeah.
band and their
Uh,
engineer sappers deals, that kind
I'm
of thing.
hoping that we get like an engineer sapper battalion box for the Soviets, because that would be very cool.
Hmm.
You could shift a lot of the metal engineer sapper boxes they probably have laying around. If I had to guess, you throw in a couple IS-2s
Yep.
and then, away you go.
One thing I do like the fact there, the M4 Sherman is present. Not the M4 Sherman late, so this will be the earlier dry hull Sherman 3. Now that's
Right, the
interesting.
front armor 6 one
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
it's one of the few Sherman variants that doesn't exist as a plastic kit right now. We
Mhm.
have the wet hull diesel Sherman. We don't have the dry hull diesel Sherman, and that gets used.
I don't think we're getting another Sherman Kitley. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it's fair. I can't see how else they're gonna do a early welded hull Sherman, but does it exist right now as a model?
Hold
The,
on.
the only welded hull Sherman you have of an early variety is a Sherman 5, which is a lot longer.
Yes, but hear me out here. They talked about Pacific,
Hmm.
right?
Which
And let me
also
see if I can.
requires a Sherman 3, yes, because the US
Yes.
Marine Corps use it.
Yes. Let me see here. That's the British. Can I
Oh, so
find
can we just
the
up here? If the Matilda is appearing for Barbarossa, why is Matilda not here on either of these two force charts?
That is an excellent question. I am deeply hurt that my bet is because Pacific is coming out before Early War. The Matilda 2 will launch with Early War and then get a PDF to port it into Pacific.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
And then Bagration is coming out after Early War, and thus the Matilda 2s will be out and available, and thus it's in the book as printed right now.
Hmm. Oh, so Battlefront couldn't resist it. It had to put Sentinel in.
Look, I think the Sentinel is cool.
It is cool. It is cool as a concept
Uh,
tank of which, or as far as it really existed. I think they
they
actually,
built them though. They built like
they did actually
a
be fair. I knew you guys said they did actually build at least a regiment of them and they never left the Australian mainland,
they
but
never
they
left
were.
Australia because the Americans were like, we're already delivering Shermans. We'll just deliver them to another island instead of
You could
Australia.
have this cruiser tank, but basically it's all the firepower of a Crusader, or you could have
Yes.
this lovely Sherman.
Look, uh, I think that will, I'm a Crusader defender. The Sentinel looks a lot like the Crusader.
I,
The Sentinel looks like a mix between the Grizzly and the Crusader.
and that's because it pretty much is. Australia, like Canada, made the sensible choice of starting with basically the running gear of the M3 and building a new chassis on top of it.
Yes.
So they built but they decided to stick to the British doctrine and went for a cruiser style layout, albeit with bigger turret ring, which meant later they looked at putting a 17 pounder on the thing, which is a very interesting development.
Also, have you seen the picture of the test Sentinel they made, which had two 25 pounders on it?
Now there's the CS tank I want. Only rate of fire 4 main guns. Uh,
uh
Sentinel CS tank, yeah, with twin 25 pounders. That'd be a
Overworked though, overworked
I'll be
obviously.
able
Two
to
barrels is
one
really,
poor
really
loader
rough
just
for
trying to get it.
one loader.
Yeah. And yes, before anyone says in the comments, yes, we know it was just to test bed so they get the recall load for a 17 pounder without having a 17 pounder. But let us dream. Let us dream.
But it would be funny.
It would be very
It would be
funny.
really funny. Uh but obviously, Australia and its industry was like, we stopped making trains to make these tanks, and if the US is going to give us tanks, we're going back to making trains because we need trains
Yeah,
to move all this stuff around.
fair. Sorry, looking at Sherman's, weren't you? Sorry, I didn't.
Okay, so here we go.
Marine
So
M4 Sherman.
Marine M4 Sherman Company. I'm looking through the supports here, and what I'm not seeing are any of the flamethrower tanks. Where's the M3 flamethrower? Where's the Sherman flamethrower? Because the Marines had
Unless
them.
it's an upgrade option on the actual Marine M3s. That's one of the things we had discussed. Maybe the Valentine box also has an option for them being Matildas. It should be an infantry tank box. I think there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of copium going on here, but I think this.
I think the Valentine is staying exactly the way it is. I don't think they're releasing another Valentine kit. So I can see an argument for another Sherman kit,
Mhm.
right? Because you need a different version of the Sherman for the Pacific that has the flamethrower bits, that has the different hull, that has all that other stuff.
So what you could do,
Coincidentally, are the same bits that you need for the Soviet early
yeah,
Sherman.
and there's the Brits in the desert as well. What it could
Yes.
be, if you were going to do this as we've seen with other kits, we've already seen them do alternative upper holes for the cast hole 76mm Sherman. You could do the same sort of thing. Have a small subsprue that has a welded upper deck and the engine
Mm,
deck and the flamethrower bits. And you just reuse the lower hull and the actual turret from the cast hole Sherman. So it might not be an entire full kit. It might be, probably will be, but if they could do it as a upgrade kit for one of the existing Shermans, because all the running gear of a Sherman 2, 1, 2, and 3 is the same. It's really the engine, the upper deck, the rear panel that's different. The turret's the same, transmission cover's the same, all the suspension and tracks are the same.
yeah. So I think maybe it will be a substitute because I don't think that the Stuart or the Sherman flamethrowers had trailers. They were.
Also, I think it's all contained in the actual Sherman itself. Yeah,
I think so.
there's a Sherman Ronson which did have a trailer, but the ones in Pacific were the Sherman Satans, which had their own American
Mhm.
setup.
So yeah. So Pacific is coming out, and obviously, starter boxes. We'll definitely be going over these when Pacific
They are
launches.
mid-war boxes, so we'll put them on the old mid-war tier
They're going
list.
on the mid-war table. You know, Americans. A couple of I forget what these half tracks with the 75s on them are
Hmm?
called.
They were had a T number, don't they? T50,
T28.
something like that. Yeah.
Uh, and unfortunately, only two. Not off to a great start there, Battlefront. Uh, but also superior British
I
Far East. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get another Anzac army on the go for Pacific. I don't know
dear.
why, but apparently 2025 is the year of the Anzac.
It's And also by looks at it, just in the glance there, this actually might be a good British starter box as well, because there's no undersized platoon box there. I mean, look at the glory of it is a full six gun, 6 pounder platoon.
Right. 4 25 pounders, 3 Grants, 3 Apex Predators, 2 platoons of infantry
Mhm. With slouch hats.
with the
Um,
slouch hats and the rolled up sleeves.
I do appreciate in the least tank centric theatre we have lots of 6 pounders. It's like, and those things are so can be so overkill versus a Japanese tank is
I'm
unbelievable.
sure that they'll have like canister rounds and whatnot to pull a little dual
Yeah.
purpose.
I mean, one of the things we skipped over is that actually it's going to be there is a plastic 2-pounder kit for the Brits as well, which makes sense with early war coming. But
Right.
again, it was for a very they were still kicking around in the Pacific and were doing good stuff there.
Right. They announced more Clash of Steel, Late War Leviathan stuff, but real quick. Oh, there
Hello,
it
Pete.
is. Yeah. But here's the thing that I'm kind of interested in is they're putting out a new Firestorm box. Uh,
Yeah,
for the actual battle for Germany by the looks of it.
yeah, doing a proper
Uh,
1945,
yes.
46 kind of thing with the fall of Germany, as it were.
And then there was something for Clash of Steel. Where was that? Because they announced a battle for the Balkans or something like that, or was it Czechoslovakia? They announced, I can't remember what it is
What
exactly
for
off the
Clash of
top of my head.
Steel? The
Yeah,
1960s, yeah.
yeah. I'm looking for it. Scrubbing through this video very quickly. Unfortunately, I'm not.
I think there you go.
Here we
There you
go.
go.
Battle for Hungary. That's it. And
Ah,
I'm like, this
yes.
is cool. I like this
Hmm.
because I bet we could, tweak this enough to get to fit this into late war instead with the Soviets, the Hungarians from the book adding in some German support.
Hmm.
But I like that they're putting out campaigns, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. It's. I mean, I'm all up for having more options of playing that aren't just tournament focused.
Yes. So more firestorms, more of this. There's this cool Soviet start here, German start here, little fun little Czechoslovakia going on down there. So fighting in East Germany,
Hmm.
battling for Hungary, like you know this part of the thing especially, Germans versus Soviets, you could probably much more easily convert that for Flames
Yeah. Or Team Yankee.
or Team Yankee. Oh, I mean, yes. It's actually probably a lot easier to convert all this for Team Yankee considering East-West Germans, Czechs.
This is the one when NATO goes on the offensive rather than defensive in scenarios.
Yes.
The
So,
so the Soviet interpretation of World War III, Cold War gone hot war gaming.
well, I mean, to be fair, Winston Churchill's idea of World War III, where Operation Unthinkable just kicks off immediately.
Well, he predicted the Clash of Steel wargaming scene far ahead of anyone else. It's
Yes, he did. Good old Winston Churchill.
yes.
Uh,
Just don't
so
ask about food resourcing in India. That's all.
yeah, just don't ask him to care about the entire subcontinent of India. So that's roughly wrapped up all
Video
the end of year video. I just totally drew a blank there. I said the Pete talk, and I'm like, Pete talk is not the correct word. Bryn,
like a
what are you
TED
doing?
talk, but a Pete talk.
Go with
I like
Pete
that.
instead. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it a Pete talk from now on. That,
Right.
so
Right.
ends my Pete talk.
Pete talk when. And then to wrap up, Battlefront put out a new website and a new web store that they promised 2
2024's
years
video.
ago,
So
last
2020,
year. But
yeah,
hey,
2023's video. We said, we're looking forward to releasing our new website. We get
and then
December. It goes, well, they're late in the year to release this.
really cutting it close. But hey, you know what?
Then they
Early
release it in
January,
the
I'm
Italy
calling it
book.
close enough. As we're going to be going over soon, it's an improvement. It's a big improvement. So why don't we
Yeah.
dive into last year's promise today?
So for those who don't know, and I think I brought up in a previous video, there was kind of a new website they trialed for doing mid-war Fate of the Nation, and Namon had its own separate website.
Yes.
And that did a lot of the features this one does, but it's not the same as that small website was. It feels like a hybrid of that and some tiny new features. And straight away, one of the things to note is Gale Force 9 is built in on this
Yes.
straight away.
Also, this is battlefrontgroup.com, so no separate site for Team Yankee, no separate site for Flames. It's all rolled in together. No separate site for Gale Force 9, I believe.
There's going to be some very confused battle group players coming on and going, where's my Norfolk stuff?
Mm. Uh, Obviously, they've got a launch sale going on to the 10th of February, 30% off everything in stock.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, not everything has come onto the website yet, so if you decide like, now's the time for me to buy that American Stowage sprue in bulk, not on the web store just yet, but give it a couple weeks,
Yeah, they have said
check on like the 6th or 7th of February and place that order then.
what you've got to do is you've got to do a slight trade-off here. You've got to balance off buying stuff while it's in stock now, whilst also waiting for stuff to come in stock later. And you're trying to
Yes.
avoid that £7.50 flat postage rate, or you do two small things and just.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a flat
So
postage rate in the States when you buy from them as well? Is it the same
I
everywhere?
don't remember, if
Hmm.
I'm going to be honest.
So in the
Uh,
UK, it's a flat £7.50 postage, which is great when you're spanking out 250 quid on a brand new army. Less good when you try to get that one decal sheet you need to finish off the project.
Oh yes. So we do things much more complicated in the United States.
Mhm.
The post office offers what's called flat rate shipping boxes, where they have boxes of different sizes and they say this box always costs this much money.
Yeah,
So whatever you can fit in there ships for this much money in this one size box. And they have a variety of different sizes at different price points. If you want to send like a letter or a decal sheet, that's just an envelope and a first class stamp, and that's like $1.50 if I remember right. I don't remember the last time
right.
I actually sent mail out. So we just do everything more complicated in the US because capitalism breeds innovation. Anyway, uh so if we come on if we take a look at the top here, they've got a big button for new releases, Gale Force 9 games, Gale Force 9 hobbies, Flames, Team Yankee. Battlefield in the Box has its own thing now, so it's easy to find that terrain if you want to get going.
Yeah,
They got one of these lovely scrolls here where it's, click here for Flames, Team Yankee.
yeah. I'll say now, if you haven't played Star Trek Ascendancy, it's a
I have not.
cracking game. It's a cracking game. I fully recommend it. Check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen it at shops. It seems really interesting. It's
For
got a
some
lot of
reason,
expansions so far, and I'm like, I don't. Seems a little intimidating to get into at this point because there's so many
they
expansions.
are, but all it's doing is just adding different races. And the basic box set, you get Federation, Klingons, and Romulans in, and that gives you a fair amount of variety anyway.
Hmm.
For some reason, Mike Everest, friend of the show, can't not win this game. And the best thing is somehow always keeps getting Klingon cultural victories. He
Make him play
he.
the Ferengi.
Well, the Ferengi are very interested, therefore our aggressive playstyle does not favour them.
Mm.
They really need a prolonged peace and trade deals, and we're going. I'm just getting all the starships. No
Yeah.
reason. Ignore all the starships I am building up over here. But yeah, great game. I recommend it.
Yeah. Clash of Steel has its own little bit.
Conqueror.
Aliens, the other glorious day in the choir. I believe you've played this.
So me and Eddie are slowly working our way through the campaign on this with various people, and again, another cracking little game. I recommend.
Uh, a
Not.
game that I would like, but I just cannot stand the miniatures.
Ah, my God, the pictures are so horrible. It's like I don't know what they're trying to do with the art style, but I hate it.
They went for something like pulpy and cartoony, but it's just not good. It's not good. I'm sorry.
It's pulpy in the same way that pulpy in the
I know
bottom
it's
of
not right to
the.
look at a game and go, I'm never gonna play this game, but I'm looking at those miniatures and it's not gonna happen.
They're not. They're not. They're not. I mean, it's an art style choice, and but the art style choice is just doesn't work for me at all. I agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
again, artistically speaking, I'm not here for it. So if we did not want to click on that, do not want to look at these. No, thank you.
Is it voice activated? He will buy some of these rubbish Pulp
No,
Fiction
no.
ones.
So we scroll down more. There's a little blurb for the newest stuff on Team
Yeah.
Yankee, the D-Day compilation, the range of Berlin, Germany, late war Leviathans.
Hmm.
So we'll scroll down more. Pre-orders for Israel, I think, aren't up just yet,
Just
or maybe
taunting
they
us by
are.
showing the Syrians in the background, saying, "Oh, here's the army you could have had at the same time."
Look at all these cool T-72s. Anyway,
I just
for
want
Kava
my
3,
T-82s.
uh, NATO forces, Nordic
Mhm.
forces, go down to Gale Force 9. Clash of Steel lumped in with Gale Force 9.
Well, because it is a Gale Force 9 product. Yeah.
Sure, but with how hard they've been going into it and the sheer volume of stuff, I thought it would get its own separate
Oh, I
thing.
see. Right. Yeah.
I thought it'd be Flames, Team Yankee, Clash of Steel,
Hmm.
then Gale Force 9.
Yeah. All right.
Battlefield in a Box. I didn't know they made sci-fi terrain.
So yes, they had them for a while. And what I like is those who remember the original Dawn of War game will instantly recognize what they're trying to do with the 40k terrain in the background. Because
I mean, I recognize all this stuff immediately.
yes,
Oh, the Ta'au stuff, I don't
I don't. I
didn't
knew
play
that.
them.
No, that
I
was one of the later
recognize the Space Marine
expansions.
base and the power generator on site.
I love it. It's fantastic. There's a real nostalgia thing going on. I mean, I don't play
Is this
40k, but
is this BattleTech terrain?
it
Hold on a
is.
second.
Yes, it is.
We're going on a tangent. I apologize to viewers, but
So we both have our Kickstarters now. So we both have copious
we
amounts
do.
of.
We have so many.
I mean,
This is just hex terrain for BattleTech. Oh my god, I'm going broke.
I've got my large
Okay.
scale Timberwolf sitting right here to paint up at some point. I'll get around to it.
I also have my large scale Mad Cat.
Using the proper name for it.
Oh no.
I know. I'll take a picture of mine later. So oh
There we
yeah, you
go.
got it. Yeah. So it's a cracking.
It's
It's a
gray and
cracking
my
model.
background hates it. It's a big model.
I
It's
appreciate it's a
very
large.
cool.
Yeah. I like to see him do some more of those, like the sort of post charm mix, like a Warhammer and a Marauder, and that'd be good.
Yes. Oh, Marauder would be so cool.
Oh yes.
Anyway, and then a little
I
section
forgot.
for the tools.
Yeah.
And then all the normal bottom of website stuff.
On my salvage boxes from the Kickstarter, I lucked out and seemed to get mostly assault mechs. Got a Highlander, got a Marauder 2.
I got aircraft, and I was felt very cheated in my salvage boxes. I got a medium mech and 3 aircraft, and I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, for the amount of aerotech you play, yeah, it's just like one aircraft would probably be fine, thanks.
I think I also got a Savannah Master in one of them.
I
Anyway,
think everyone got Savannah Massacre as part of the Kickstarter, yeah.
oh okay. So let's just take a which one of these which one of these buttons at the top do you want to click on
Let's have
for
a
us
look at
to
World War
explore?
Three.
World
We just
War
said we're
Three.
mostly a
Okay,
Team Yankee.
we're mostly a Team Yankee podcast. Yep.
Everyone keeps asking, is there a Team Yankee podcast? I think we're trying to fill that niche now inadvertently, but yes.
I at least the niche inside the Breakthrough Assault family.
Yes.
Start here. Colors of War. This that recent,
Mhm.
new and recently added. Okay, so the Israel stuff is up for pre-order.
Yep.
Upgrades, whatnot. Is there? Okay,
So,
so up here. So
yeah.
there's a start here. Okay, so here. Okay, because I was looking for these earlier and I could not find them. So Army deals and starter forces are here. Uh,
Straight away. It's all your
yep,
starters.
yep. The new Soviet BMP box out of stock. But look, it tells us something's out of stock now.
Yeah, one thing is we don't get a precise number of things in stock, but it's a far better than the old days of I'm going to order this and hope it's in stock.
Yeah, I think we're done for the Marine one because that's a limited
Yeah.
edition. It says out of stock. You know what I'm also noticing?
No VDV.
Not only that, the Warsaw pack starters are both gone as well.
Yeah, but I think the plan was always to phase those out in favor of the new ones with the plastic infantry.
Sure, but the T-72 battalion, I can see why they replaced the BMP one.
Oh, right. No, that's a good
But
point.
there was a T-72B battalion box for Warsaw Pact.
There was, yes. You're right. They have retired, which means there's A2 Soviet starters versus
Yeah, there's
a whole bunch
the
of NATO
old
stuff.
T-80. There's the new BMP one.
Mhm.
We're down to 2 Americans because I don't think this Marine one's coming back.
No.
But the old school armored cav and then the new Bradley box. The Israeli starter, the West Germans, the French, the British. Are we missing one? I feel like we're missing a nation in
No,
here.
I don't think so. The Swedish box with S tanks.
The S spot, yes.
Was that another limited box? So one thing, actually, that's one thing straight away. On that black box on the left, you can see limited edition releases now has its own section.
Yes.
So if you want,
not only that, but also the Leclerc tank company is limited, and the Merkava tank is also limited. So if you want to play Israel, make sure you snap up your Merkava box. as soon as possible. Hit that
but
pre-order.
not before we actually cover it in the tier list and see whether it's worth buying or not.
I mean, if you that tier list has always come with the caveat of if this is what you want, do it anyway.
Precisely so, yes. We are just two random guys on the internet.
We are
We are no
talking heads on
authority
the
for
internet.
anything.
Yes. So I've hit the limited release buttons,
Mhm.
limit World War III limited edition releases. Battlefield in a box stuff. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I don't know if the Con Church is a Team Yankee bit of terrain here.
I mean, if the advance is going really well,
You know what? If the immortal science of Marxist Leninism is truly succeeding, I guess that would make sense. But I feel like for at least how Battlefront is portraying how World War III is going, I don't think we need Con anytime soon.
no, but you can use it.
Uh,
It's a standard for most churches, I think.
sure.
Yeah, I
I
did
just
appreciate
the
these
fact
very.
that it's called the Con Church.
I didn't
Uh,
appreciate the IDF box was going to be a limited edition because it's all plastic. That's bizarre. Okay.
right. Yeah, no, hold on. No, because there's the 113 upgrade sprues are in there, I think, aren't
Are
they?
they? Oh, I didn't think
Oh,
so, but maybe it is what's driving it. 'Cause that'd be the only
hold
thing I
on a
can think
second.
of. They got these cool new Cast upgrade kits for doing the mesh armor on, which hopefully if belongs to Cass, okay, that will look really sweet.
You know what? Nope, those are Recce 113, so they don't get the upgrade sprue
No
because the
spoilers.
upgrade sprue is only for the infantry carrying ones.
Yeah,
So I'm mistaken.
yeah, I can't think. I
I
know
don't see a reason why this would
it's got
not
tokens
be
and
here.
dice in, so maybe that's what makes it a limited box because there's only so many dice and
Or maybe
token kits.
Battlefront is just like is only going to keep the Soviets and the Americans in rotation, and then everything else is going to be limited from here on out.
That makes sense. You have your
Maybe also the West Germans
big three NATOs, yeah, the Brits, Germans, and Americans, but everything else is
and
just
the Soviet boxes, obviously. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
We look
France, you left
down.
NATO, so therefore you don't get to be one of the cool kids and have your start set all the time.
Anyway, the card packs are all listed down here.
Yeah, I guess
So
because again, being card sets, once they go because the reprint of them is probably huge.
yeah, and also with the change in buy the books, get the forces and the PDF, and the new version of forces prints the cards.
Hmm.
So I think it's under limited release because as soon as all the stuff is gone, they're just done selling it. I don't think they're going to be printing cards anymore,
No,
except for like maybe inside the starter boxes.
yeah, well, they might do a limited drop every time a new book comes out, but like I
That
said,
also might be the
a
case.
limited
Yeah.
drop, yeah. Cool.
So if you're lacking on any of these existing unit
Hmm.
cards, now's the time to jump on those.
Yeah. Right, let's take a look at one of the nations and just see how that
Okay.
navigates. So, okay.
So first things first, no easy way back, no easy way to jump over to other parts of the store. I did like the sidebar menu of the old web store,
Hmm.
but we'll just click World War III Team Yankee to go back to here.
Yeah, I kind of like that little black bar. I'm surprised it disappears, but yeah.
Yeah.
Plasma
Like if
Nation.
this stayed on every page, this would be great. This
Shall we
would
see if
be
they got stock of labs now? Go to Anzacs.
Oh, okay. Well, we're hitting one of my complaints here. So we've hit the Anzac section.
Hmm.
And as we know, you need American kit and British kits
Yeah.
to do the Anzac. So we're looking here. Anzac exclusive kits, the
Hmm.
Australian upgrade pack, Milan sections, decals, this, that. Oh no.
Oh,
First of
right.
all, there's no Leopard ones, which is a West German kit.
Hmm.
There's no Labs, which are an American kit. There's none of the British stuff that you can take. No Harriers, no 109s, no FE 432 for the observation post. There's none of that. It's only stuff that is exclusively Anzac
Yeah.
in this section. So if I wanted, okay, so this is interesting. So we go up here and we can, click on other little tabs
Yeah.
like
So
other
if
accessories.
we go American then with the bigger range, that might work a bit. Yeah, go by
Yeah.
Browser Nation to
So
States.
browse by nation. So if we go to American,
That might be so the missing stuff might get better as they get their site fully set up. It might just be like you say, they just
yeah,
focus on the specific Australian stuff to start off with. I have to come back to that and see how it is.
yeah.
But yes, if we go back up to that black box now, I mean, like say you can go to different types and like just now, if you know you just want to look at say lavs, you can go the
I
Recon,
think. Oh yeah, Recon APCs.
and boom. So you got your
Bradley's
buckets.
AP7. Ooh,
Still no lavs.
still no labs.
And let's say I put them under tanks,
They might have put them under tanks.
which would be an interpretation of tank I'm not terribly used to seeing, but
I'm just gonna go through the
yeah,
whole. There they are.
there they
There's the
are.
labs. So the labs are up here. But this is a thing that's just like wow, because they don't make a NATO
Hmm.
uh Leopard 1 box anymore. It's only the West German box. It's got all the same plastic in it.
Yeah,
The only reason they differentiated between the two is different cards came in it, I believe.
and different tank commanders possibly. No, probably actually would just be the West German ones. It's just opening a guy in an overalls with a beret on. It works for most people.
Yeah.
So if you click the lab platoon, let's just see if they're in stock. I'm just trying to taunt you by seeing if they're in stock or not.
Listen.
Oh, last
Oh,
five
look
remaining.
at this.
So
Last 5 remaining. Okay, hey. So there is some kind of trigger for there's only so many of these left.
that's interesting. I hadn't seen it before, but yes, that's really good to know then in that case.
Mhm.
So that means you should order your 5 now. You need to fill out the rest of the.
I might, 30% off. But yeah, a lot more pictures than on
Which,
the old site.
yeah, some close-ups there as well. I'm not sure what
Mhm.
close-up was really showing me, but it's a close-up. Show me the
How the
M240.
thing goes on?
I
I
mean,
don't know. Or how
I
the
like
smoke launchers go on? No, that's all one piece.
I like an FM mag as much as anyone else does, but the close-up seems a little gratuitous.
Right. So a complaint.
Yeah, that's cool.
The assembly guide is built into this page. Obviously, all the old articles are gone.
Well, right now the Team Yankee website still exists, just the online store part of it is closed down. So I imagine this
Is
is
it
the
okay?
first step of meeting it over. But I kind of like having the guide in rather than have to have a gazillion links. I guess it's
Sure. Hold on a
horses
second.
for
Let me
courses in that
just
one.
let's just go to this starter box really quick because
Hmm.
maybe it's not this way for this, but if we go to assembly guides,
Ah, then
there's
you
a
have the
bunch
links
of
up.
links.
Hmm.
And if let's just say I click this M1 Abrams assembly
Don't
guide
break
video
it.
here.
Oh, oh, the P is using the PDF from the box set.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay, that's good.
and this isn't the best.
Yeah,
I
kind
can't
of.
remember which one of these I opened before where it was just like a mess of a PDF like a picture of oh hey.
Wasn't these two.
It was not like I opened someone. It was like very small, hard to see. Had to scroll in. The artifacting was getting really bad. So maybe that's already been fixed.
So is that $110 before or after the tariff?
A tariff. I don't know about tariff.
Sorry.
Technically, these are American products because Battlefront staff in the U.S. stuff them in boxes inside the U.S. and thus the
Makes
final
it
product is made in America.
fantastic.
That's how they've been doing it for a long time. So I thought you said before after the discount. I'm like, I think the discount gets applied at the card at the very end.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, I know when you order the louse, you can tell me in a minute.
yeah. Hey. Uh, browse by book title. I think this is pretty. Hold on a second here. Actually,
Can't-
hold on.
So yeah,
Where's
NATO forces.
NATO
When is it?
forces? Let's see if this fixes this. This gets around my complaint.
Hmm.
Anzac, Scorpion Sim. Okay, so the Scorpion
And the
scimitars are
British
here.
stuff there as well below it. Look.
Somehow out of stock. Who's buying these? Okay. The Spartan Strikers. Who gets these?
I believe the HQ for the New
Oh,
Zealand. No,
yeah.
it'll be the Belgians. Then
Okay,
the
the
book.
Lynxes, the Harriers.
I'm just thinking that the HQ for the New Zealanders is
Oh,
M113s.
this
Which is,
is so. Take a look here. Here's a mechanized platoon.
yep.
Then we scroll down and oh no, here's a different mechanized platoon.
I keep going. There's another one as well. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Then you have like the
no.
little parentheses and have like the nation in there, armored infantry.
Yes, armored infantry. mortars,
Because
VADs.
otherwise you've got to zoom in, check out the helmet, and check out the rifle, and work out who you're looking at.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me just. I know this is. I'm 95% sure this is the Australian one because
It's like it is
it's
one
next to the
because
other Australian stuff. But
yeah,
let's just.
yeah, slap chat straight away. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking for them to like SLRs, M16s,
So
and
again, you
like
have to
I'm
know what you're
waiting
looking
for it to say.
for.
Okay, here
Oh,
we
down
go.
there.
So if you go to the content, it mentions only mech battalion in the Australian Army. Okay, so there's at least if you're paying attention, you can figure out which one is which. But
I,
there's no at a glance way of figuring that one out unless,
yeah.
of course, you're just like slouch hats. Anyway,
I think it is sometime the other day the Brooklyn 99 me with, oh, you're a NATO firearms expert. Name me four service rifles of NATO. FM foul? Sorry, that was on me. I put the bar too low.
I put the bar was way too low. That's on me. Yeah.
Yeah. A bit
But yeah, so
French.
there's the British
Yeah.
stuff. Let me see if I can just scroll down and find the American kit, the labs and the. Okay, there's another page. Leopard
Yeah,
2s,
for Dutch probably.
Leopard 1s, okay. 2A5s, Skyhawks, there's the Skyhawks.
Yeah, and there's your Lavs and
Huey's,
Abrams.
Labs, Abrams. Okay.
So I
The
guess
website was not wrong. If you're looking for the Anzac specific kits, you go to Anzac. If you're looking for the stuff that you could run in the NATO forces book, you go here. But it's still a little.
I get what the Brit stuff say. I still think the Abrams and Leopards and Lavs should be under the Anzac tab as well. They probably will be. I imagine all this is just a case of they just need to put on the right sort of like tags on the things that
Yeah,
queues
I'm
up.
sure. I'm sure. Oh, hold on a second here. Wait a second. Look, the black box is back. I'm gonna click Anzac and see what happens.
Yeah, I think I like the sidebar. I just wish the sidebar wouldn't keep
If this gives me what
disappearing.
I actually want, this is insane. But I half expected to take us back to the Anzac exclusive. Nope.
No,
Harriers, Panzer mortars, Leopard ones, Labs. We figured it out, ladies and gentlemen.
and around about where, yeah,
You
stop
have to go to the book and then go to the nation, and then it gives you all the options.
rather than going to the
So by
nation
nation
itself.
is purely nation exclusive or nation homegrown kits. Okay.
Right. Okay. We've got
Information, edutainment.
yes. We are. You can learn from our mistakes.
I'm just gonna click on this as it's out of stock. I wonder if there's gonna be a
A
email
restock
me when
date.
back in stock. Oh yeah, so there's a notify me when back in stock button.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's just hit this big new releases button and see what it shows us. Because
Good.
I haven't clicked this button before. I'm a little curious. Okay. Gothic sector, battlefield in a box, lots of terrain. Lots of terrain. Hey,
Of Hungary.
hold on a second here. Clash of Steel Battle for Hungary is already available for purchase. Hold on a second here. Firestorm Leviathan also available for
I mean, for those
purchase.
watching, you're watching Mike develop his shopping list live here. So Labs, such a steel
Shh.
Hungary.
I didn't think it would be out already, to be honest.
I haven't announced it, so that's interesting. But
Well, they announced it at in the video.
yeah, I mean, they haven't announced it's out. Sorry, is what I was trying to say.
Oh
So,
yeah, okay, fair.
yeah, okay. Well, that's right. You can do an unboxing video.
Yes. So yeah, I didn't think Battle for Hungary and Firestorm Leviathans
Hmm.
was gonna be out.
What's it? Let's keep going now. This is raised stuff on the Yatmas.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
here we
Yep.
go. We've hit the Naga shots, the Magak 6.
I
I
swear,
assume this
Nagma
just
Shock
has the
was actually
fab.
one of the bad guys from Decepticons.
I don't know enough about Transformers to dispute this. So I'm just gonna say that's true.
Yeah, this might be a generational gap again, isn't it?
Mm.
Also,
Uh,
I'm going to say now on next episode, you're going to see Lee have a very long rant about Rabbi versus Rabbi.
I think it's Rabbi because Rabbi only has one B in the name.
It's the Rabbi only the RBY is the Rabbi RABI, not the Rabbi RABBI, which is what they seem to keep calling it.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a thing. Obscure little MRAP thing, but apparently it's very hard to get its name right.
Oh, it's on the second page here. Okay, here's the upgrades.
Yeah.
Oh, $25 for
I think you get 5 of them though, so
you
that's
get
still
5 of
5.
them. That's $5 per 113.
Yeah, and the M113 is already about what, $7, $8 now a chunk. That's quite
Yeah.
a markup.
Ooh, ooh.
Hmm. I mean, so I'd probably go for the Centurion upgrades. We'll probably get the Nagma shots. We'll probably go on to, but yeah,
Uh, Nashorn, yeah,
that's not a new
Panther.
release. They've
Okay,
been out
so
for ages, haven't
World
they?
of Tanks. It says pre-order for these World of Tanks stuff.
I guess when they've been out for ages, those free packs. Okay.
Maybe they've been out individually, but as a 3-pack. Maybe this
Yeah,
is new.
maybe.
The book, the cards. Okay, so
I also put the cheap 105 out. I'm not even sure that's actually in the book. The Ezra book. I have to have a look at because don't recall
I
seeing
think it
it.
is still. I would have to double check. My phone's
They got the
not
toe
on my
one,
desk.
but yeah.
The toe one, yeah, but I think it just shares the box on the support chart.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
So it's either the toes or the 105s.
Cool.
Uh,
So yeah, I
yeah,
mean, the Gale Force
let's
9
take
hobby
a quick.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna click these Gale Force 9 links. Let's be real here. Uh, Edition limited edition releases. What limited is this? Okay, so
That makes
7th
sense.
Armored still kicking around. 6th
Mhm.
Airborne. Okay, lots of cards.
There was a restock on the cars because so far all the cars have been in stock.
I think sometime Octoberish last year they did a big restock on
You're
cards.
right. They did. They probably
And I
have.
think that's when they also, I think it was around the time they also announced like this is the last time we're doing this.
No, that's fair. Yeah,
From
I think
now
you're right.
on, do forces.
Hmm.
So I think they did one last go. Leviathan stuff. Okay, Panzer Lair, 21st Panzer, 26 Volks, 2nd Armor, 82nd, 101st. So it looks like all of the uh all of the limited boxes from last year are still in stock by the looks of it.
Yeah, and 5% discount. Any of those is a good
30%
buy.
discount. Yeah,
All of those are a
30%
good buy
discount.
at that point. Even 21st Panzer.
Doubly
Look, well,
so.
as long as you want 21st Panzer, we'll cover that
The
caveat.
Panzer Lair one is well, the Panzer Lair one was always more expensive. The 21st
It's really
Panzer.
expensive.
Watch
If
the
you would do
episode. You can
21st
hear me rant
Panzer, that's
about
the
it.
box you buy. You just have to
Yes,
want to do it.
you have to want to do it, and I
You have
don't
to
know why
hate
you would
yourself
want
at a
to.
small level.
A small level.
Yeah, maybe a big level.
Put the Duncan rant back in. Put the Duncan rant back in, and then
Uh,
people will decide if they have to hate themselves at a small level.
So where do we start? Where do we start? Probably with them changing it back to the stupid capacity 2. Why have they done that? Why did they change it? It's a 1930s half track from the French that some dickhead in a workshop in Paris decided to stick some benches in. Why has it got suddenly carrier capacity? Why have I got 18 of them anyway? But that's entirely irrelevant. Why have they not dropped the points on the Rheinenwerfers? They're 12 points. 12 points for a salvo mortar. Oh, wonderful. Oh, glorious terms. Absolutely glorious. What else we got? The mixed recce. Why have they done that? Why? I don't understand. They had 221s. They had 222s. They had 233s. They didn't mix them together. Like, why did a camp group? Why do you have to camp group it? Why? What happened there? What else have we got? What else
what
have we
about
got?
models?
Oh, the rules.
Models.
Oh, the models. Oh, God, yeah. Why not? Why not? Why not throw them all in the box? Why? Why have they done this to me?
I don't remember the 2nd Armored one being more expensive either, but it's a lot of vehicles comparatively.
Yeah, I suppose it's lots of infantry as well. It's 2 big platoons of infantry and the
It's a
105s.
min-sized company. It's 2 minimum-sized companies.
I know.
It's kind of a hell of a deal because that's a full Sherman company, or not a full Sherman company, but enough Shermans to run a company, enough infantry to run a company.
Yeah.
It's no small.
I mean, I think this is one of the ones you did the maths on, wasn't it? And it's a very good
Yes,
discount you
we
get.
did do the maths on this, but like
Hmm.
if you're starting an American army, that's a killer value to start with, and you should. Um, but yeah, so many cards. What's under pre-orders and new releases here for Flames? Okay, it's
Just some Leviathan stuff that's left there, works it. Oh, and the late war Leviathan's Firestorm.
What the? I forget what these things are.
They're the APCs from Leviathans.
Yeah, but they never actually made these things, right?
I think they made a few of them, but this obviously in this one they get vastly more stated.
Well, they didn't have missile launchers, that's for sure.
So the X7 existed and was used. I'm not sure they ever mounted it on. You're right. I don't think they ever mounted it to the APC, but the two things do exist.
I'm
They,
looking for the X7.
you
And I
see it
don't think
on.
they show off the
They never show
X7
on here,
here.
but you can see it on the metal thing when they show the kit. That thing that
Is
says
it
×4, it's fair. It's a
this
very
one right
weird.
here?
Yeah.
That is really weird.
If you look at a picture of one, it's a very odd looking rocket. It's definitely one of those evolutionary dead ends, though it's basically the idea of command wire guidance. It's kind of
RPG-1 anti-tank teams. Hold on a second. I know what a 7 looks like. Let's see what an RPG-1 looks like.
oh, so this bugs. I don't know why they went RPG-1 because it looks more like an RPG-2, which is the one that actually did go into production. The RPG-1 lost to the RPG-2, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It looks like the bazooka that Indiana Jones uses in Res of the Lost Ark.
It does, actually.
Mm.
Except they didn't put a big old iron cross to make you think it's a Panzer Shrek. Why? Why are they so expensive? I just want a humble 14 of them to put my East Germans in for TBAK.
Dear Battlefront, please give me a plastic BTR 152. Mike has been very good.
Right after you release the plastic carnation, I need that more.
The plastic carnation, though, is big in me, and well, I think should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'll still, if you do it, I'll still buy at least one box of them. I still need to do some more. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, that is the new Battlefront website.
I like it.
Shockingly good.
Mm-hmm. Needs, like I say, still needs a few bits and tweaks here and there, but you know, give it this. I think this sale will give them a chance to sort of really do a proper shakedown.
And now that we've discovered live with everyone, how to actually find the useful way through.
Mm-hmm. But Battlefront,
because
keep that sidebar on all the time rather than disappearing. Just the sidebar's nice. Just keep it there.
Very much, yes.
It was really helpful. Once we worked out what it's trying to do, it worked marvelously.
Oh no. I thought I had some stuff on our DMs between us on Discord, but it's probably lost on the actual Discord, isn't it?
What's that?
The website. I had some like complaints I wanted to just
might be in a general chat or something when we had a bit of a chat going on earlier. As we're all trying
it's mostly me complaining about I've hit Anzacs and where are my leopards and where are my other things. We figured out how to get to there. So all good.
Yes. We shall see.
I think that's it. I think we've probably gone longer than we thought we would.
These
episodes always take longer than we think they're going. I'm like, I don't know if we can fill an hour with just the three things that we want to talk about. I think it's at least been an hour and a half.
I think I explained before, whenever we have a thing where when the three of us are prepping up the podcast, we go, all right, all we're doing is news in the front, faces, bases, internet famous, a quick do the 3 officer answers that we got left over from the other episode. It's just gonna be a quick 1 hour episode, 3 hours later.
Yes, I'm looking forward to you answering my most recent question on that because I think that's a really dumb and fun one.
Well, we will probably be doing officer answers on the next episode. Again, we're going to be doing recording before their embargo comes, and then we'll do our read of the IDF book on the next podcast. So, like we're going to do an IDF read of this one on the next episode.
Yes, so I would expect that next month.
Yeah, early next month. Yeah. I mean, the embargo ends on the 28th or 29th, so we'll probably record it about then and get it out early in February or something.
Yeah.
And like I say, we'll go through the book, and then at the end, we'll put the actual new box set on the tier list as well, just to put it in its place. So start now making your predictions where you think we'll put it on the tier list.
If you've done the math on how many tanks are in that box and how much is I'm not gonna say, but
like
I
two
have
tank
I have
units?
I've got a decent idea of where that's I've got a general vibe on the scale of where that's going.
If they put in M19 rather than MRS, but yes, we shall see.
I think the MLRS is fine. I think it just we'll get into it when we actually talk about the box when we when we go over the whole book.
I think it's a British starter. We can at least say that much. It hasn't got that, but not that low.
It's not it's not a buy two, and it's not a British starter.
Actually, I can make a case for buy two, but you have to be repushed. But we'll discuss that on the thing. Okay. I think we'll round up there then. So, as always, like I say, we'll keep you up to date on Mike's progress on New Army New Year as we go through, and obviously we'll probably touch on mine, though mostly we'll do that on the podcast and on the blog. But in the meantime, as always, leave your comments below. We always read them. Occasionally, I give you a thumbs up. I do generally try and get a written response to each of them, except for the ones who are just like I can't think of any week you come back to, and I have to sort of put a thumbs up.
Also, my new camera showed up. Look,
I know.
I'm more hideous than usual because you can see me more clearly now.
Mike is in high def.
I think that was a mistake. Anyway,
4K, Mike 4K. There you go.
God damn it.
Yeah. So anyway, like as always, like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Grunted. Yeah, system.
Oh, how's my camera looking? This is the new one. I feel less fuzzy on camera.
You do feel less fuzzy, yes. You are.
Okay.
Might just turn my lighting down a bit. I'm a bit shiny at the moment. No, that's good. You're in high def.
Oh no. I'm only getting uglier because the camera's getting more into focus.
Soft focus, yes. Just smear some Vaseline over quickly. Make it like an 80s porno and get the soft focus going on.
I'm definitely not.